Is IPL ruining Indian cricket?
Now, for the last couple of weeks, there's been so much discussions on the impact player rule, on the umpiring, and a lot of things surrounding the IPL and the quality of cricket that's been displayed. And we thought it's ironic because IPL has always talked about how it's increased the quality of cricket and it's given us so many youngsters, which is true, but it also has a downside that I think should be talked about.
Now, of course, the thing that is fresh in everyone's minds is the impact player rule. We've seen how teams like the Sunrisers and KKR have been getting massive scores, and a large reason for this is the impact player rule. Simply the fact that the team can now play 12 players instead of 11 makes things a lot more batter friendly, and that's also something that we've seen as a rising trend over the last couple of seasons. Now, there's a tweet from Dale Steyn where he talks about how if he was a good bowler in the current era, that's something that he would really enjoy because it's just easier to stand out now in the IPL because of the quality of batsmen there and the not so good quality of bowlers. Not everybody can be a Jasprit Bumrah or a Kuldeep Yadav, and that's why the impact player rule I feel is very tilted in the favor of batters.
Now, if you take a step back and think about why this impact player rule came in the first place, it was simply for the entertainment factor. And there'll be a lot of people who came up with the idea trying to make us understand how this is beneficial for cricket, but it's not. It's simply not. It is simply for entertainment. And we've seen Rohit Sharma too talk about it openly, and now Ricky Ponting has also talked about how impact player doesn't really help cricket. At this point, it seems like it's more about the show than the sport or the quality of the sport itself.
And lastly, the worst thing that's come out of this impact player rule is the lack of development of Indian all-rounders. Because of the fact that you can just get in an extra bowler or batsman, the need for all-rounders to do multiple roles is now becoming lesser and lesser. And we're also seeing that with the likes of Washington Sundar or Shivam Dube, who otherwise might have bowled 2-3 overs regularly but now are bowling extremely less.
And now we come to the second point of the video, and that's umpiring and how that's gone downhill too. Of course, there's been an upgrade in technology. We can estimate the height of the batsman and where the ball's going for a no ball, and there's a lot of reviews for wide call and all of that. But the inconsistencies by the third umpire and even the on-field umpire makes it very, very difficult to know what the correct law or the rule is. And because of that, every match or almost every innings, you get a different opinion, you get a different decision that's being taken. And then when you compare two decisions which are very, very similar, you realize there have been two different decisions taken because there are different third umpires.
Now, if you've made it this far into the video, we'd love to know what your thoughts are on the impact player rule itself, and also comment down below if you think that there should be some kind of new rule implemented into the IPL and something that you would personally like to see.
A lot of ex-players like Tom Moody have come up with the idea of having specialist third umpires, which I think should be the case. I wouldn't know, but I would assume that these umpires are not well versed with the new technology and the new things that come up in the IPL because it only happens 2 months in a year anyway. But I think it's about time the BCCI and the board in the IPL take a look at the umpiring, because every year this is the case, except every year it's just a new law. The umpiring just gets criticized all the time.
Now, the last and most obvious point is about the timing of the tournament itself. A lot of times IPL has been just before a World Cup, and that's just logically not viable for a lot of players who, after being on the road for a couple of months, have to head straight into World Cup. And it's also the case this time, and it just shows that the BCCI does not particularly seem to be interested in what's coming after or being focused on the World Cup, and are just focused more on this money minting aspect of the IPL itself.
Now, a lot of people might argue against this and say that a lot of Indian players can just take a break from the IPL and not play, or take a break midway through the IPL. But you can't possibly do that. They're accountable to the franchise leagues. It's not just one contract. There's a lot of things that goes on in the background, and they are accountable. They need to play. Of course, if their body doesn't allow it, I'm sure they can take a break. But it's more than just money when it comes to franchise teams. And for some players, it is just about money. A lot of players, this is their source of income. This is their big budget tournament, and the rest of the year they're in and out of the Indian team, or they play the Ranji Trophy or any first class tournament, and they don't get a lot of money anyway. So you can't just expect them not to play a tournament, which is, first of all, which will bring you in the limelight if you're out of form, and will get you a lot of money in the first place.
This has been our video. Thank you so much for watching. Do like, comment, share. Most importantly, do subscribe. And yeah, it takes a lot of effort to make these videos, so definitely subscribe, hit that bell icon, and stay tuned for weekly content.